unfortunate for us that finally our tribalism or whatever has driven us as a people has finally pushed us into this space where we now have leaders with no conscience. Yes. At least about over 100 persons, they don't buy them for Benue, particularly in Idoma land. At least about 51 persons, they don't buy them for Plateau. We never even talk about the ones where they buy for Bokos and push them out of their house. Now they are saying it's the Fulani Asian men they are doing this thing. So that has brought about people saying, Yawa. A lot of people are now having their take to say this thing is a genocidal attempt on a particular people. Others are saying this thing is tribal. It's a tribal fight. Others are saying some people are planning to instigate religious fights and all of that. But let me say this is my own opinion, because I see a lot of people have been saying, Seriki, you not talk about the fight where them fight people for Uromi. You not talk about the fight where them fight people for Benue. You not talk about the fight where happen for Plateau. Is it that you are now visit? No worry. You get when something will tire somebody, him to just begin to look, because he look like say the things where I talk. Nah nonsense to us. Now this is my own opinion. I might get I try talk to one because at some point in the video I feel just jing how I would really base, because it is not something to be happy about. That a president of this country will hear this kind, like you don't understand what I'm saying. We get president of this country, we have a vice president. I don't want to we have even a senate president who have not come out to openly address the nation to talk about this thing that has happened in Benue State, in Plateau. Everything is politics for them. There is class that are leading us, are busy talking about permutating an election in 2027. Very evil set of people that are leading us. Serikin, listen. Then they quite people for Benue. You don't mind land, they are shouting, they can't see if they need help. They need help. They say Fulani, they quiet their people. Nobody's talking. Let me explain something to you. If you want to think that this thing is a tribal war, if you want to think that this thing is a religious fight, if you want to think that this thing is whatever fight you make of it, you are wrong somehow, and you are very correct another way. But let me tell you the fact. This thing that is happening to us as a nation, it is what I call the big brother effect. When I keep hammering on, let them teach us our original history as a people, so that it is in the minds of the younger generation, so that as they grow, they will know the dangers some of these older people have done to us, politically and every aspect of our life. Do you know that it is very correct? Say now mineral resources be the reason why we suffer like this as a nation, in as much as it is a blessing. The movement to want to return Nigeria into an agricultural society will not be successful anymore. Let me tell you why. It is quite unfortunate that we have leaders that tell us lies and refuse to tell their self truth. That a country who has done us so much bad in the guise of rendering us help has come out to tell us that their previous government has sponsored terrorism in your country. Do you know, say, it's just like somebody telling you, say, this your brothers won't buy and buy them. Then because the person is your friend, you say, no, you are too good to me as a friend to buy my brothers. I don't believe this thing when you talk. No declare how you use the talk this thing. That is the case of what these people in the Senate came outside to do. But do you know, this social media that we have as a medium to want to preach to our younger self and younger ones that see, listen to me. Don't go by this thing, these tricks these people are selling to you in the name of politics, because they want to hold power, because they want to grab our resources by all means. To now want to unalive your own brothers or kinsmen. Well, this thing will not do us any good. At the end of the day, we will end up losing ourselves, our humanity, and at the end of the day, our nation to outsiders. They now empower these people we call traditional fathers, religious fathers, to come outside and say things that will not help our general good. I heard one which they are now come outside to say that social media is a terrorist group. Saying, well done. These are some of the statements that will ignite another unbelievable fight. One time in this country, some religious leaders stood up and said television was an object of demonic word. Today they use that same television as a means. Now on that television, then they post account number to pay offering and tithe. Something they do was forbidden. Listen to me. When the word evolve, you evolve with it and use it to your advantage. Social media is a tool, yes, that has got its own maximum advantage. Some people use it disadvantageously. That one is there. That is that about social media. Let me tell you something. Do you want to think that all of a sudden, Plateau State that was existing peacefully, they could start to carry terrorism and enter Plateau State? No, now. I am saying it with my full chest. Immediately they discovered Plateau State has maximum deposition of tin as a mineral resources in that state. They started seeing terrorism. Plateau State is an agrarian state. Plateau State, now when they plant natural crops, food crops now. But immediately they discovered there was tin in Plateau. What did they happen? This big brother effect. They started, this is how it works. Let me explain something to you now. This is how it works. Once they discover like there is this thing in your community and they need this particular thing, and they know say to get this thing, all of them go frank at it. Do you know what they do? They now look for the less privileged among you, particularly those ones where they less in number for their own ethnic group. Give them weapons, empower them financially, make them an anti-party to the ruling party or an anti-tribe to your own tribe. So that they now begin to instigate them. Create a means and ways to disintegrate all of you people so that they can get this thing. Let's say the place where this thing is now that majority they live for that place. They instigate these smaller people with these weapons. Give them everything they need to make. As they enter on the village, they kill few people. The people will shift. They'll take part of this thing small. They push on come out again tomorrow. They face this thing. If they not, once they finish to pack everything, we consign this thing come out for that place. They live now. They get relative peace. Not be peace again, because the day this thing grows more again, they come back for you again. That is what these Westerners do to us. Why is there so much interest in Nigeria anytime election don't come? America now wants to tell us what happens in our politics. Why? Why? There is so much mineral resources in this country that will make us a world power. I know they talk Africa now, that can make Nigeria a world power. What have they said? They themselves have come outside to say the mechanism and the trick to achieving how they can keep us impoverished and depending on them for life is this. Number one, they design a system that allows them to give us loan. That loan they have designed to give us, so we can never pay it no matter how we try hard. We can never pay off that loan. Because the day we finish paying that loan, our life will be balanced. Secondly, because we cannot pay them that loan, they now ask us for a pound of flesh, which is give us resources you have in place of this loan so that you can be paying it. What are those resources? Those are our gold that we have deposited in Zamfara. Is Zamfara a peaceful place at the moment? No. There is gold there. What have they done? They will sponsor that terrorism in that place where that thing they need is. Do you know the kind of gold that's in Zamfara? They will cut away with your team. Your oil is there. You want to talk about crude oil? Why did they pay all these companies, these Western companies, when they're your country? What do you think they pay them with? Most of them, they pay them with crude oil. Yes. But check this thing I'm telling you now. Most of them are paid, some if not most of them are paid with crude oil, your mineral resources. Are you not seeing illegal mining of different mineral resources we have? Kogi State alone, Kogi State here, that is a connecting nexus, that is a nexus to almost all of this part of this country. Kogi State, one of the most undeveloped states in this country, if not the most undeveloped state in this country, has 23 mineral resources. Fact check this thing I'm telling you, Kogi State alone has 23 mineral resources. Are you aware that in the Ibaji area of Kogi State at the moment, there is crude oil there? Kogi has tin, Kogi has iron ore, Kogi has, what did Kogi not get? But Kogi is the most underdeveloped place. They are having issues of this same Fulani men buying people there. But listen, do you think a Fulani man will just stand up just like that and say he wants to start killing his fellow countryman? No, now. This is how it is operating. Now, then they destabilize when they carry una mineral resources. They know that you people have agricultural strength. Now, when they don't carry these mineral resources, they are now having to develop their own ways of agriculture via irrigation farming. They have a lot. How do they keep us depending on themselves? Because if we choose to say that enough is enough, nobody is tapping into this, our crude oil, our gold, our this, and anymore, the way Burkina Faso has done, for instance. We will now go back to doing enough farming to cater for us. What are they doing? They are now tackling states that have the agricultural strength. The Plateau State, the Benue, the Niger, mention it. Why do you think that Borno State suffered that insurgency too much? There is a particular natural resources that is deposited in Borno that is one of the most expensive mineral on earth at the moment. It's in Borno. They fetch. As they say, they don't almost exhaust the amount they saw. Then what happened? There is a relative peace in Borno now compared to even Benue. Now let me tell you, I don't know whether they've discovered any mineral resources in Benue. That's one. Secondly, these people, I think and I feel that they are because they are currently marketing what I call genetically modified. When they call genetically modified food, which is then they, for instance, now create artificial apple, create artificial mango, create artificial this, like this artificial egg where we eat, they call agri fowl and all those things. As in they create them, how do they sell it to us? They created enough of it and they need to push it into a market. Where is the ready market? Africa. I know it's the motherboard of Africa, Nigeria. Because we have the population. It's staggering over 200 million population. That is a very beautiful market. That even China that is over 1 billion person is seen us as a ready market for them to market any excess they bought. So what do they now do? They need to now destabilize our agricultural strength. They need to make sure that nothing works for us so that we will be dependent on them. That is another height of slavery. You think these people are ready to leave us hand? They don't ready to leave us hand. They knew we had organized settings politically and lifestyle. Just the way every other part of the world was developing with technology, we would have developed too if there was no case of slavery in the first place or they never looked our side for colonization. But then we continually colonize us because they know we have got something they need. We don't need them. I have said it, we don't need them. What have they done? They've designed for themselves a comfortable society that we have no option. Our people have no option than to run to these places as greener pasture. Because why? We have wicked leaders that know that these are the indices of these people. But because it is favoring the minority population, the little of them, like the 1% of the 1% of this country who are eating these particular resources, will now be the one to instigate. You don't see, we have wicked people in this country who don't mind to wipe an entire community because they want to eat the resources. Our own brothers and sisters in this country. That's why person will get my loot 1 trillion naira in one shake up. That is a money that can do everybody good. If you are in Abuja, for instance, you will be seen wicked like a messiah. You know why? People have come and gone. This guy is practically doing a bridge, a flyover for 3 months. So people started one for good 8 years. They were office, they did not complete it. So it means that this money is there. We have all the resources, but they choose not to do it. So when they do one, we begin to praise them that they don't. Meanwhile, it is our right. How can 100 human beings that are your citizens, that you are their president, why like that? You cannot come outside to address us wherever you are in the world. If you want to know how active the government is, come outside now. Go and insult Tinubu. Go and insult Tinubu. 24 hours too much. They will find you coming even anywhere you day. You try government. The government knows the right thing to do. They will not do it. Then when you tell them to begin to receive posts that are not it. The other day I was talking about how ridiculous it was that a minority leader could do was sharing one tire to whatever Okada association. Do you know I got calls? That's what it. Don't have require you any place today. One particular one person pastor whatever. I have your DM, my number. He don't tell me if I get my mic on Kogi. I enter the Kogi and if you don't need to banker. Now listen, let me explain something. I saw that the governor of Plateau State moved and posted something to say that he was apologizing to the people, the family of the bereaved, and said yes, the government failed them. Let me tell you something. The fight that is this particular killing that is happening. What are these people doing? They are sponsoring these ones, these cattle rearers that they know by right are allowed to do open grazing. They sponsor them, give them these strong ammunitions to now under the guise of rearing cows, enter people's farm, and then it will now cause farmer headers clash. While that fight is happening, you are under that insecurity, you are fighting yourself as brothers. Fulani na your brother now. Birom na your brother too. Birom, whether you be Angas, whatever, in the Plateau, all of you are brothers. First of all, you are Nigerians, you are brothers. This one, you don't be your brother now, no that one keep. Whether you are Fulani, you don't be Fulani, now truth they tell you. Don't because you are rearing cow, enter people's farm. And then it's when the court, they talk, you will fight. And then when you expect the government to talk, they will not talk. If the people don't take it upon themselves to fight back. So that another means get ammunition now, the whole country will be thrown into chaos. That was the case that happened in Europe. They don't take government. Come to our aid. Talk to these people. It is not the crime that we have allowed them to stay together. It is your right as a Nigerian to live anywhere, but they cannot be killing the aborigines of this place, and then we are keeping quiet. Government will talk. The people took close into their hand. The country is thrown into chaos. By the time they not successfully make it a tribal war, this country will be no more. Let's call it spade a spade. What is bad is bad. You cannot tell somebody not to move around with his cow, but again, that person is not allowed to enter another person's farm. To scatter crops is a deliberate attempt that has been orchestrated by this system to destroy our agriculture. Because by the time farmers begin to buy on a cow owners when they destroy farms, there will be no food. There will be no food. We have too much wicked people in the government. Do you know that this cattle ranching and whatever, if they want to do organized grazing for cows, it will under 1 year, this thing will become a law in this country. It can be achieved. But you know what has happened? Some of these people have seen, they've made them testimony. But you know, once you give somebody, you give him Chakagula, make him home. Then you know, say with this thing, the next man is afraid of him. And with this thing, he can deprive the other man of anything yet, either in finance or even in land. He will push them out. Eh? The day you now try to want to control this person you have given that, you cannot control him anymore. He has gone out of hand. Hence, it will degenerate into him. To when they kidnap people, they carry people for bush for ransom. That is what we are facing now. That is what we are facing now. I think I don't do too much. My voice don't the lose. I don't the base. We have very wicked leaders. Idris Abdul Karim saying, "You 24 hours. Tell your papa, I'm not being NBC. Don't bring that. NBC delete this video. My now. Something they do now for them. They tell people simple truth. Address the issues. Be facing us. How can people just spy people like this? You are not addressing the nation. Nobody is saying anything. And then somebody is saying social media. You say terrorist. But if not be social media, how will we take nothing happen? Imagine if it was that era where the only place we could hear information and radio. Whatever NBC tell radio to announce, then they will announce with that now. Thank God for social media. Thank God for social media. Listen, today we are celebrating somebody like this president of Burkina Faso. You know why? Do you know that if that guy take over power and explain to his people the dangers these Westerners have done to his state or his country, and the people choose not to understand him, he will not be successful in government. Do you know how many people now are willing to go and invest in Burkina Faso? What did these Westerners do? They are telling you that no, you don't need any military government. Not like we are supporting military government because they too can overdo. But he has made these people understand that forget the military government thing they are talking about. We need our own military that is strong enough to repel these people when they come. Do you know that at the moment in Burkina Faso they know they take light 24 hours. If they want to take light, they announce out. Burkina Faso, Faso, they close to Russia. Do you know that right now, nothing like that they take water. Their public transport is relatively very cheap. Why? Now, we even saw on news which there are people will be paid, was it 100,000 safe as a youth once you are finishing school until you get a job. Means they are now, these people, these younger ones that are coming to government, are traveling around the world to see how life is comfortable with everybody, where people have accessible healthcare system, education, and whatever they need. So, and these resources is coming from Africa. So, why then can't we get the same life? The capital of Nigeria after 60 years for the first time, that is when we are developing to this level. Are you understanding it? They are saying, no, we are a growing nation. Are you even joking? We are a growing nation, how? We are a growing nation, how? How long are we going to be developing? For God's sake, we are 65 years old. Are you not understanding? My sincere condolence to all of the families who have lost their loved ones in Plateau, in Benue, and any other part of this country. But I want you to understand something. Stop playing politics. Because it is quite unfortunate that somewhere in Benue State that has lost over 100 persons, that has conducted mass burial. Now one of their own person, now they go around Abuja, they put billboard, they write Tinubu for 2027. The same Tinubu don't address una. Yes, now one Benue man, now know they say, una know this thing why they talk. Then they shout Tinubu 2027. What has happened in your state? Your state has been thrown into chaos. Has Tinubu addressed your kinsmen? Now people then they fire up and down. And listen to me. Whether you are a thief, you are a Idoma, or whatever tribe you are in Benue, don't say because it happened to Idoma and it never happened to una. You see, whatever happens is a general problem. You don't be like say they rob your neighbor for your compound. You say, as no be my room, they rob. You know, concern me. I don't like that my neighbor. They don't go rob you when you like yourself too much. You go be. Now that you go know say security is a collective effort. Do you understand? Because in Plateau, when they were attacking a particular tribe, some other tribe now say, I beg, maybe you know concern us. Now you don't talk everybody around. Security starts with you. As it happened to your neighbor, just know say, when you go so go round. Insecurity in America, you go round, go round.